The land down under has never been easier to reach. United Airlines has more flights between the U.S. and Australia than any other U.S. airline, so you can fly nonstop to destinations like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Explore dazzling cities, savor the very best of Aussie cuisine, and get up close and personal with the wildlife. Who doesn't want to hold a koala? Go to united.com/Australia to book your adventure.
Ask your doctor about Air Supra, albuterol budesonide. Eligible patients can pay as little as $0 per inhaler, subject to eligibility rules and maximum savings limits. Restrictions may apply. Visit airsuprasavings.com to learn more.
From the Gator Framework Studio in Music City, it's the Dining at Disney podcast.
You know the thing about good food? It brings folks together, all walks of life.
You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks.
Let's do this thing!
The Dining at Disney podcast.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I'm Kristen, Disney park foodie, enthusiast, and travel expert.
I'm Aljon Go, happy producer, and also lifelong Disney, Marvel, Star Wars fan and foodie.
And I'm Kat, experiential producer, film historian. She had style, she has flair. She was there. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. There it is. I love it. Today, we have a very special guest with us to talk about a fancy new menu over at a fancy restaurant. But if you missed last week's show, what did we talk about last week?
Oh gosh, what did we talk about last week? It all runs.
No, we talked about your trip last week. That's what we talked about.
A trip. Yeah.
Wine Bar George.
Yes, we talked about Wine Bar George. We talked about Epcot Food and Wine Festival, which is going on. But that's old news because today we're joined by the lovely Park Hopper Sid.
Hello.
There you go.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you again.
Well, thank you for going and eating all the delicious food and drink for us.
Absolutely.
I mean, you had the hardest job of all.
I did. I was just exhausted. Okay. So I was one of the lucky few. I think there were about 16 of us maybe that were there for a preview of the wonderful Capa new release menu. So somebody kept trying to call it the summer menu. And I'm like, well, it's August, so maybe fall. But it was absolutely fantastic. Chef was wonderful as always. The food was great. The cocktails were amazing. And you really just can't beat the views from Capa.
Oh, no, you can't. Not considering you can see 3 parks from there.
Absolutely. I mean, you're on the 17th floor of the Four Seasons. You just can't beat it.
I like it.
No.
It's one of my favorite views, definitely, to see all the great nighttime spectaculars, the fireworks shows, if you will. And it's just so relaxing, but the food is amazing.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
And the best gin and tonic.
Oh,
so that was how we started. We walked in, we were greeted, we were given the Capa signature gin and tonic, and then they had some past tapas that included should I just jump right in? Is that what you're looking for?
For
All
it.
right. So pan con tomate y manchego. I'm going to slaughter everything because I'm just an albino from Ohio. So, but it was the pan de cristal bread with, now how they worded on the menu and how the lovely waitress described it, 2 totally different things. So pureed tomatoes, manchego cheese, onions, garlic, some amazing olive oil. It was almost like a bruschetta, but then some. So very good, very, very refreshing, very light.
It kind of reminds me of what they have over at Haleo.
Yes. So, well, and Haleo is known to have the tapas. So, you know, starting with the past hors d'oeuvres was really just a nice way to welcome us all in, give everyone a chance to catch up. So there were other people that I've been to other events with, so it's nice to see them again. So in addition to that, they actually had the cerdo, which was a beer brined pork belly on a bed of apple butter and pistachio sprinkles onto it. And so again, so good. Wonderful use of textures and flavors and temperatures.
Oh, looks so good.
Yes,
It was so good.
I'm telling our listeners now, if you're just listening to the audio portion of it, swap over to Spotify for the video content as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you can see the great photos that Park Hopper Sid was able to share with us. And, even topped with the little microgreens, it just looks so good.
They did an amazing job. I will say the only thing I wish they may have done different is like put that on a fork or a spoon or something. Because every time you tried to pick them up, it tilted to the side and you lost all those fantastic pistachios.
Oh no.
So I may have had to go back for a round 2 just because so I could get the pistachios.
Oh yeah.
I had to do that for you.
I love pistachios.
Generous. She's always generous. That's it. I always say that.
A giver.
All the time.
She's a giver.
Very sweet cat. So full of it, but very sweet. So that was the past tapas, and then they took us into the dining room and we sat at a large feasting table. And this was very nice because everything was brought in, serving bowls. It was all family style. And I really was very lucky, sat with a fantastic group right there in the middle of the table. So they would bring the food out, and the first few pictures you may see silverware, like serving spoons or forks. We got smart very quickly and started snatching them out, making sure everybody got pictures, and then we'd put them back and we could eat.
Team effort. I love that.
It really was. People holding plates for each other, people passing cameras back and forth. It was actually very nice. So, hey, I won't lie. Every once in a while, you go to a media event and people are a little cutthroat. This is not that crowd.
Good.
No. And Christina, who you were talking with from Go Epicurist, I met her, maybe it was at one of
the blogger event.
Was it the blogger event?
Yeah, you met her
that
at the
I met
blogger
her.
event,
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, at the blogger event, we were at Capa.
Yes.
And so that is why. Yes, that is where I met her.
That's my first taste of Capa because she brought home leftovers. Thank God.
Okay, so I'm not the only one because I may have brought food home for John as well.
Hey,
Park Hopper
it's
John
nice
had
when
to
they let you
experience
do
it.
that.
Waste not, want not.
Exactly. Why waste the food?
There may have been a purchase off the menu and then something. So all good.
Awesome.
All right. So we moved to the table and and if you want me to just run through it, I will. If you want me to, okay. So
you don't have to hurry through. You can take your time and we can pull up the pictures.
We actually have the menu if you want to just go over the menu real quick.
All right. So first course was they had 2 different options for us. There was the lovely, and that was before. I have the same menu here and it's got stains on it now. So the bolo agalaga, which was a grilled octopus, doesn't say that on there, but then potatoes, and there was this amazing garlic aioli on it, just fantastic. And then croquetas. So, ham, potatoes, bechamel, a fig mustard. Honestly, both of these had a mustard taste to them to me, but that was the first course. And then second course, we had the piperana, which was just a chopped salad. It was fresh. It was crisp. Ensalada de verano was the bib lettuce salad. To me, the bib lettuce always has a tendency to be a little not overpowering, but hard to maneuver. But it was still, the flavors were fantastic. And then an ensalada verde with green tomatoes, apples, queso blanco. And this also had a soft egg. So, being able to get a bite with a little bit of everything, and that amazing mint vinaigrette was just so fresh and so just right. Not too much, but definitely the perfect amount of mint.
Okay, I just want to make sure. We're just reading through the menu real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will just keep reading. So third course,
no, I
was
just
a
want to
little
make
bit
sure
of everything.
Right.
So we had a fantastic wet aged ribeye. We had pescado, so a fish. It was just fillet of fish with the sides, chicken, There's a chicken dish, and then there was also 2 different types of paella that were brought out. So there was a seafood and there was a chicken paella. And then this was
Chicken
also
and rabbit.
This was when they actually brought out all the sides as well. Yes, chicken and
Okay.
rabbit. And so I know on the menu it says that we had mushrooms, eggplant, and asparagus, but they also brought a couple of other things. And at the moment, I can't even remember what they were. They're all in the pictures, but just food kept appearing. And at some point, we are moving things out of the way. People are holding plates over here so somebody can get a picture of this without everything else being in the picture. So, and the desserts. So the desserts did not make it on the menu, but we had, I think, 3 or 4 different desserts. And there was an olive oil cake, their chocolate melting cake with the sauce over it. Some of the best churros I've ever had in my life. So yeah, it was, everything was fantastic. And then wine and sparkling wine and cocktails. Can we go back? Like to the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Kristen got nervous for a second there.
No, certainly. I would love nothing more than to have all of us and, you know, Park Hopper John just join us for just an awesome night of just hanging.
I am thinking on the
kids don't need college.
On the drive down, I think we need to make a stop there before we go on our ship.
Yes.
Okay.
And then,
all right.
And then,
Kat, are you coming?
You just have to video call me in.
Oh, I know.
I can't leave in October, unfortunately.
You can't taste a video call, even if you lick the screen. I've tried it.
Honestly, I don't know that I could actually eat any of this stuff, so I think that the video call is going to be as good as it gets, but I would relish in the company.
But you know what? The good news is that the chef totally, whenever we do a meetup, would totally just whip up something for you that's amazing.
That's true.
Gluten free, because you know Chef Fabrizio's the stuff, and stuff plus.
Well, and I would guess that some of the salads would probably be gluten free already.
Yeah.
You know, they try to be. They don't note it on this menu, but on the regular menu, they had everything notated. So, and speaking to that, if you are listening and you're concerned about allergies or lactose intolerance or, you know, gluten, Disney as a whole, but the Four Seasons especially, are phenomenal about notating their menus, making accommodations, making substitutions to accommodate those menus, because they want everyone to have that same fantastic experience.
And all you have to do is request, like, say, I have food allergies. Can I speak to the chef? And
if you know you're coming and can call ahead and let them know, then give them even more time to create you something amazing. That's even better.
Yep.
Love it.
Do love it. All right. Time for a deep dive.
Yes.
Deep dive.
Deep dive. What should we start with first?
Let's start with the cocktails. Start with that beautiful gin and tonic that they have. I mean, it is like, it's so pretty because not only is it just a drink, but then you have all the other, like,
there's a lot of
added to it.
Yes.
I mean, the herbs, the fruit, the flowers, all that stuff. Just
edible flour also.
Yes.
So it's very crisp. It's very light. It's, you know, the perfect amount of sweet and so refreshing, especially on our 98-degree August nights. Yeah, Kat, it's been a little hot down here this week.
It's hot here too. I get it. I understand.
I'm sweating, but I tried to think of a 98-degree song and I couldn't.
Give me just one night.
Okay, there you go.
You're welcome.
Everything I thought of, I'm pretty sure was Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or
Backstreet's back. All right.
You have a larger catalog, so.
Hey, I was not even the one into the boy bands. That was my husband.
I'm into it too.
He can name all the members of the different.
Oh,
I'm like, wait, which?
That's not hard.
Yes,
well, at least the top two, you know, Backstreet and NSYNC. I mean, heck, I did work for a top 40 station.
All right, while you're looking for the picture of the other cocktail, I have to tell you that my husband and I had just started dating. We were dating like a week, where I come up on a red light. He slips the disc out of the disc player in his truck, puts a different disc in, bye, bye, bye comes on, and he does the whole dance sitting in the front seat of his truck.
And that's when you knew, right?
That is so when I knew. I think it was also one of those, if she doesn't get out of the truck and run now. So I will say that the La Luna was actually recommended to me. This is the La Luna, another gin cocktail. So recommended partially because it was a gin cocktail and partially because they said it photographed beautifully because of the purple and the yellow contrast. So gin, creme de violet, lemon juice, a little bit of moon dust in there just to make it sparkle. Again, very good, not too sweet, very refreshing.
And there's one other ingredient.
She's going to make me look it up again. She's evil like that.
No, I'm trying to
butterfly pea syrup.
Yes. Why can't I remember that? See, and in aviation,
I drank it.
That ingredient, it's maraschino liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
I do like me a good aviation, no doubt.
I make them at home. I need to get the butterfly pea flour syrup or something.
Yeah, that's
butterfly pea.
Well, this is, John actually asked for a gin cocktail because we were talking about Capa tonight. So this is gin from a distillery up in Tennessee, Platform 11, Station 11. It's right there over at the Chattanooga Choo Choo. They make great gin. Their bourbon is a little iffy, but so maraschino cherry juice, tonic, fresh mint out of the garden, and some peach syrup.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds yummy.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be peach sweet and sour mix, but we didn't have that, so we get a little creative in our house.
You have to.
They've seen my bar. Well, I mean, you can see the bourbon bar behind me.
Legit.
In case anybody questioned if you knew your drinks.
I mean,
in case anybody questioned my shirt.
Right.
Bourbon. There you go.
Well, I mean, there is the Mash and Ash after all.
Yes. Thank you for the plug.
I meant to plug you in the beginning, but we just jumped straight in. But Mash and Ash, you can see them on TikTok and on YouTube at Park Hopper Sid and Park Hopper John, and just all about the bourbon and sharing cigars,
bourbon and cigars,
which is awesome because it's kind of like what we do whenever we get together, which I love. But anyway, we digress.
All right. Do we want to go on to did you find the pictures of the octopus or the croquetas?
The
I found the
croquetas.
croquetas.
Okay.
Yes. Tell us about these yumminess.
So croquetas, a lot of people grew up with them. It's, I'm going to go down basic. It's like a mashed potato ball with ham. But in this case, they also had a bechamel sauce mixed in, and then they were on a smoked fig mustard sauce.
That looks good.
And they were crispy on the outside and creamy on the inside. And hello, chef.
Oops, I went backwards. My bad.
And just, perfect little starters to the meal. So this was a 3-course meal plus dessert. So, we had that, and then we also
round too.
Well, I mean, it's Capa; they don't play. If you can't make that perfectly round, you stay at, I don't know, not the Four Seasons. I can't even think right now. It's been that kind of day, y'all.
Shoney's.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
We send you back to show.
Waffle House.
Golden,
I don't
Golden
know.
Corral is hiring. Golden Corral is hiring. See yourself out.
Yeah, Golden Corral.
Thank you, Kat. That was good.
Good callback.
That
from
was
last
perfect.
Week.
Perfect.
Good callback.
So the other part of the first course was the octopus. So this was this is a table of foodies, and there were still a few people a little hesitant for the octopus tentacles. Just a couple.
Interesting.
I actually loved that they were almost a little charred on the end.
I love that.
And so it was just so good. And that the garlic aioli was just a perfect creamy addition to it. Very light, it wasn't overly garlicky, although I would always take that. You know,
And
a little bit
fingerling
of
potatoes.
fingerling potatoes. And then a couple of things that honestly I can't pronounce.
Looks so good.
I would have been Googling some of these words for hours. So
Oh, don't worry. I'm the one that butchers like so many things, and especially if it's French. Just give me English and German, and I may be able to get by.
bocarons and pimenton and black pepper glaze and the garlic aioli. Okay, so now that we have moved on to the second course, this one actually surprised us. So this is the piperana. Tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, pine nuts. It was a vinaigrette, a little bit of mango and papaya mixed in there just for some sweetness. And so this is all part of the second course, which was a course of salads. So this was so nice because different textures, the different flavors, even the things being different sizes, just kind of, it made every bite different.
Nice.
So, and then you had, I'm gonna let Aljon put the pictures up and then I'll describe them. I'm not even gonna try to make him find what I'm talking about.
Did we actually do the wine flight or the wine tasting? Was that part of the original?
You get they bring the wine to go.
They brought the wine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the next. So it's actually the wine.
So that is the red wine that went with the third course. So it was a Macon Classic Rioja. I'm sorry, a Rioja Tempranillo. So very good.
Like Porticola.
Yeah, and so you can tell from this picture, I was collecting glasses. The one off to the left was also my glass. That was actually my rosé from the first course. And I kept, every time they brought something else, they're like, can we take this for you? No. I wanted to try everything with every different cocktail. So you can even see my La Luna there on the end getting watered down.
This is the height of luxury. The more glasses there are, the more luxurious it is.
But please do not worry.
Lush life.
I stand by that.
There was no alcohol abuse. No alcohol was left unloved.
Good.
Just must say. So what you actually just had up there was their ensalada verde. Green tomatoes, apples, queso blanco. There was the soft egg, and this had a mint vinaigrette that was just amazing. So you can see, looking at the tomatoes and the apples, it was tossed in the vinaigrette. So good. So refreshing. It was actually very surprising. I don't know what I expected it to be, but I didn't expect it to be that good and for those flavors to work so well together.
Awesome.
Mint vinaigrette. Why have I not thought about doing a mint vinaigrette when
we've got
mint in our garden?
I don't know, but I can tell you, the way it's arranged looks like a smiley face.
It does look like a smiley face.
I like that idea, and I can't wait to try it.
So he was just staring at Tiffany. He was sitting across from me. He was just staring weird at her.
Nice. It's good stuff. All right.
And then there was another salad that had more lettuce.
Okay. And this is the big.
I'm not going to lie, if you go back, if you look at the plate, we were trying to figure out if we were supposed to eat it like that or if there was more coming to be put on the other half of the plate.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it looks like
it's a negative
something should have happened.
Yes. Well, and they were doing that. They were pouring things, they were moving things. And so we're like, are we waiting for something else? And then we all read the ingredients, went, nope, we're good.
That's it. So there was another lettuce. Here's your other salad course here. So this is the bib lettuce course, yes?
Yes.
Bib lettuce, artichokes, peaches, hearts of palm. This had a pomegranate vinaigrette. Yeah. So it had the vinaigrette, but it didn't have the pomegranate seeds in it, which I actually appreciate. And then just a little drizzle of truffle honey over the top.
Yeah,
so very
never
good.
Go wrong with truffle anything.
No.
Again, it was all of these had a little bit of fruit with their vegetables, and it just was such a nice offset. So yes, very good. Recommend all of them.
Nice. Here we are with the ribs.
So the ribs were actually a specialty ad for us last night. One of the chefs at Capa she is working on a tasting menu. And this is going to be one of those additions. And their tasting menu will actually be all different parts and dishes of this specific type of pig. And if I try to remember what it is, I'll say it wrong, which is why I sent you a video. But so this is one of the things she was working on there. That sauce, I'm going to quote my husband, you could put that sauce on a flip-flop and he would eat it. So,
yeah. So I've got the video. Do you want me to go ahead and play it?
Absolutely.
Stand by. This is the coolest thing. I think this is one of the coolest shows we've done because we're getting so interactive here. Just check this out.
Can you tell me about your amazing ribs?
Yes, the ribs are Iberico costilla, which is from the Iberico pig. They are grown slowly. That's why they aren't large in size. But it's not about the size, it's about the quality of the meat. Very well marbled. We just roasted it here. We finished it off on our wood fire grill. And the barbecue sauce is made from quince and piquillo peppers.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I went up and I asked her because I'd heard her describing it to somebody. And I said, do you mind if I record this? And she goes, she kind of looks around. She goes, no, that's fine. So she starts talking. All of a sudden, there's 3 more cameras off to my left.
That's how these
always
things,
what happens.
That's
yes.
what happened.
Oh, I know. Nobody was trying to hide. Again, nobody's trying to hide anything. I was like, do you want me to send you this? And they're like, no, I have to record it myself. So, but that were the ribs. Really, these were, I think, my favorite thing last night.
You know what? That's one of my Mount Rushmore of meats, right? I mean, you have for me, you've got the New York strip steak, and then, pork belly, and then the ribs come right after that.
Nice. Good to know. Well, then, so we had 2 of your 3 last night.
You certainly did.
And actually, we had 3 of your 3 because the New York strip is what I got off the menu to bring home to Park Hopper John.
Of course. As you
See,
should.
if I'm gonna put beef on mine, that's gonna be a tomahawk steak.
Oh,
I did one of those for the first time this year. Our big boss took our team out to eat, and they had a tomahawk steak on it, and it was supposed to be for 2. And the new girl looks at me and she goes, we should try that. And I'm like, hey, boss, can we do that? And he goes, sure.
Now, Kat,
Nice.
you do eat steak, yes?
Of course.
There's no
Right.
gluten in cow.
Well,
There's
no,
no gluten in
but I
it.
don't.
But I was a vegan for a very long time before I became ill. So,
Yeah.
but I love steak.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I didn't know if maybe you cut, beef out of your diet or whatever.
No, I don't eat chicken, but I'll eat steak. I don't really eat pork, but I'll eat steak.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I like it. You see, I'm slowly building up the memory so that when we all meet up together, that it's going to be super epic.
Yes.
Because I can't wait. Anyway.
Well, Kat and I will just keep changing our diets because I was actually for about 3 years uber vegan.
Yep.
So it wasn't just vegan. It was no processed bread, no processed sugar, yeah. So
Gotcha.
the only processed thing we had was tofu.
All right.
Oh, man.
Okay, we have moved on to the 3rd course. This is part of the appetizers. So this is they had white and green asparagus. Fantastic.
You mean side
with-
dishes?
What did I say?
Appetizers?
Yes. Side dishes. Oh, okay. I could eat this as an appetizer.
Certainly.
Yes. But in this
it looks
case,
delicious.
it was a side dish. And what you see across the top of it was a chorizo jam and shredded hard-boiled egg, and then a beurre blanc sauce over all of it.
Ooh.
I want to know how they
So
shredded, got the egg to look like. What did they use to shred that egg?
I don't know if they did it, but I've seen people do it like with a cheese shredder.
A
Gotcha.
microplaner,
I've got microplaners. I don't have a cheese grater. I use microplanes for everything.
I think I have my grandmother's cheese grater. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was going to say something about a horror movie, but I won't because we're looking at food.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Off camera.
Later. I'll save it. I'll save it for
Ooh.
later. It's fine.
Okay.
Ooh, this I want.
See, now I'm editing myself. Okay, this was the cultivated mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's in a I'm not even going to try to pronounce that sauce. Just simply grilled mushrooms and onions with this Berejanas con miel de cana sauce.
Nice.
Did I sound like I knew what I was saying?
Definitely.
There's
So-
something about a great grilled mushroom. I love the
Oh, yeah.
just the earthiness and just all that. Awesome.
This is the fried eggplant. So we actually thought it was zucchini, but it's baby eggplant. A little bit of molasses, a little bit of San Simon de Costa foam, a little bit of cheese in there also. So,
I was gonna-
so
yeah,
good.
it looks like some cheese.
So that's back to the mushrooms.
Back to the mushrooms. All right.
Good.
I wasn't sure what angles you wanted. So you got like,
Oh, you got all the great.
yeah, here's the best part. There's like 4 pictures of everything.
Good. That's how
Great.
you know you got
Okay.
it.
Mhm. All right. This is what everybody came for. This is their wet aged ribeye.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bone in. You can see the bone. They cut it up for us so we could all share.
As they should.
There was one gentleman at the end of the table that was like collecting the bones and gnawing all the little charred bits off, and
Good
he
for
loved
him.
it.
But you know what?
Exactly.
Yes, that's the flavor, baby.
We love a ghoul. That's what we call each other when we gnaw on bones, like at the Korean barbecue. Ghouls. You're a ghoul. Gnaw on that bone.
That's right.
So I'm not gonna lie, I love steak. Ribeye is not always my favorite. I want it a little leaner. The fat adds amazing flavor, but I always feel like I'm wasting because I won't eat the fat. So there
I
was a big
do.
chunk left on the side of my plate. Very good, cooked perfectly. If you like steak, you definitely want this.
See, the good thing is you can trim the fat off
Yes.
because you still get that added flavor. So trim the fat off if you don't like it. But if you do like it and eat it, that's great. You see, you can't add that flavor back in when you cook it.
No.
No, but I agree with what Sid's saying is like when you're eating that
Yeah.
and you're leaving all that fat on the plate, you feel like you just left too much. You left
You
food
left a lot.
behind.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
This episode is brought to you by Mug Root Beer. It's 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Too late for a coffee, too early for a beer. So you walk around aimlessly in search of a mysterious third beverage. That's when you hear it. The sound of the dog. The sound of Mug Root Beer. So drink Mug Root Beer if you got that dog in you.
Hi, and welcome to IKEA. How can I help?
Oh, my schedule is crazy. I just want some me time.
Maybe it's time to embrace the joy of staying in. With comfortable beds, pillow and decor, mood lighting, and so much more, you can turn your bedroom into the place to be.
Oh, sounds like a dream.
We've got you. Visit us in-store or at ikea-usa.com/sleep to create your dream bedroom today.
I get it. Very nice. So here we are now.
So So this is the fish dish. Now I was telling Kristen and Aljon earlier. So the flavors were fantastic. So it's a cobia fish, roasted garlic tomato ragu with some chicory and summer squash. And chicory can be very bitter. It can be very sour. It's a green.
Yes.
Chicory is also, for anyone who's listening who doesn't know, this is what they actually add to the coffee down in New Orleans to give it that really earthy flavor.
And it's gross.
I'm not a fan.
I worked at a New Orleans restaurant. I could never get into the chicory coffee. I was like,
No.
Oh,
I'm not a fan
No.
of the chicory coffee. No.
I do like the chicory coffee, and I liked the chicory last night. I think that in their maybe rush to get things out, this may have gotten salted twice,
Gotcha.
and the fish may have been finished a minute or so before they took it off the grill. We never see that at Capa. They had a lot going on. This was not my favorite last night, but I will absolutely go back and try it again. So,
Good.
But the flavors were still fantastic, minus the salt. So the tomato sauce was just smooth and creamy and wonderful, and a perfect pairing to fish.
It looks good.
Yes.
The acidity with the fattiness from the fish is always good.
So this was actually of the, besides the ribs of the meats, this was my favorite. free range chicken breast, a truffle mash, thumbelina potatoes. I don't even know what pill is, and a chicken chicharron. So they took the chicken skin and fried it. People were almost fighting over it.
My favorite, y'all.
Oh, Aljon would take somebody out for that.
I would, because
between the chicharrones and the mash. Oh, yes, please.
there's something good and simple about a good chicharron or chicharrones. Just because pork skin is just so darn good. But then again, fish skin for me, also grilled or fried, is also very good. So I'm a fan.
And then, and I'm not gonna lie, so we're pretty sure these were carrots. It was either carrots. Some people said carrots, some people said sweet potatoes. Nobody asked. We didn't care because we wanted to just sit there and guess. They were amazing.
Okay, so pil pil in Spanish means a sauce made with garlic and chili infused in hot oil because of the sound of the popping garlic as it cooks in the hot oil.
Very nice.
Smart.
So,
are you Googling also? Because I'm over here doing this.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh yeah, here's my pill.
I just had to Google what's the difference between wet aged and dry aged beef. Okay, I needed to know.
I can moisture.
Thank you. Thanks. That's the end of our show. Thank you for coming. Put the lights down. We're out of here.
And we're done.
The other one, they took the towel and they dried it off beforehand.
I like my steak dried.
Oh my god!
Like your steak towel dried, please.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think we just lost Aljon.
I love you guys.
I'm sorry. Okay, paella time.
This is why people listen to the show.
We're all about the humor here.
Okay, sorry, I was being climbed on.
Oh,
by a dog for anybody who's listening.
I'm sorry.
My husband,
Milo the dog.
John's just there.
Milo the dog.
It's Milo the dog.
Milo.
I don't even know how he is still awake. So the menu only lists the chicken and rabbit paella, but they actually brought out a seafood paella, and there were people so excited, and they were like fighting over the prawns and fighting over the pieces, and you're just laughing because all you can see is dog tail right now. I can tell it.
Milo's the best dog, y'all. I have to say.
This dog loves their children to no end.
Oh.
And Sylvie's all about him.
Our little
yes.
cat Sylvie loves Milo.
They're like follows him around.
Actually,
he made a friend today, so he's been going on walks with me early in the morning, and we're out with a neighbor, and this little black cat, we have no idea who it belongs to, was just following us, and Milo would turn around and kind of look at her, and then we'd start walking, and it just followed until our other dog saw her and scared her off. But nobody ever told Milo that he's not supposed to like cats, so he's fine.
Gotcha.
He likes everybody.
He's just here for the vibes.
Yes.
He's here for the pets.
What's it like to have a pet that's likes things? Because Lila is just angry all the time. She's just mad. She's mad at the world.
I have a friend who has a black cat that's that way, and the cat's name is Demon.
Yes.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Then again, over here we have the cats that love everybody. We've got Thor, Loki, Sylvie, and Edgar.
Yes.
Our cat Avengers. Anyway.
And Edgar.
And Edgar. which is named for Ray Park's character in Heroes.
Yes. So funny thing about Edgar, if you see them in a TV show, and also, and guest starring Edgar would be like the last marquee.
Of course.
Chiron.
Guest starring Mr. Edgar.
Guest starring Mr. Edgar.
Yes.
Sir Edgar.
Sir Edgar.
Yes, back to paella, which looks
anyway,
delicious.
back to
Paella.
The food.
The paellas were fantastic. So
it looks so good.
Again,
I could not do rabbit.
Well, good, because this one isn't rabbit. This is the
I know
seafood.
the seafood. I'm all about seafood. I love me a seafood paella.
It's a great plate too. Look
And
at
it
that
looks
plating.
good.
Oh yeah. And if you actually do you have one of the rabbit paella? Because she'll love that with the little legs sticking up. See, that was one that was on the other part of the table, so they didn't take the spoons out. But if you notice, most of these have had these serving silverware
go.
gone.
Okay, so here's the rabbit paella just for Kristen and our watching audience who want to watch along on Spotify.
There you go.
Poor rabbit.
Wait, is that a little fluffy
Winnie,
tail?
Winnie the Pooh did not.
I mean, Sid, for real. Come on.
Winnie the Pooh did not tell his friend bad things were about to
This
happen.
is what happens when you're late for an important date.
Hey.
Oh.
And you thought mine was bad.
White rabbit.
Sorry.
Okay.
So now that we have just taken that turn, we should move on to dessert.
We've got
Oh,
dessert.
yes.
Let's talk about it. Actually, let me do the trio of desserts and then you can walk us through. I'll do the individual photos. So let's share this trio of dessert goodness.
I think this was where I got camera happy.
Look at
So
that.
those were our desserts.
Wow.
Actually,
Oh.
there is one more. But yes, so we have on the left with the raspberry sorbet is the olive oil cake.
Yeah.
Up at the top are the very fresh, amazing churros. And there was a chocolate sauce and then like a caramel cream sauce.
Mm.
And then this one down here in the corner had some vanilla, I think vanilla gelato, vanilla ice cream. And then it was like a cream, almost like a custard. The fruit was inside of it. And the coconut shell that you see, so it was a coconut cream, is actually chocolate.
It looks
I
amazing.
love that.
And like 2 people took bites. And then I went to take a bite and I shattered the whole thing open. And everyone went, oh, you can eat that. And got very excited. So
Wow. I mean, look at the care that they put into these.
Oh, yeah.
I've had
Oh.
I think I've had the olive oil cake before there at Capa. We've had that.
No,
No?
not at Capa. We had it at Wine Bar George the first time
Wine
we
Bar
went.
George. Okay. But I did have the churros there.
Yes.
So that's good. Okay, so
and then there was the Capa chocolate melting cake or chocolate lava cake, or they didn't tell us the right name. So chocolate gelato on the side, which by this point it was probably starting to melt
Melted.
a little bit. Everybody wanted pictures. And the cake that, oh yes, we did have this one. Okay, we had a lot of desserts, y'all.
This is the one I wanted to know about because I'm very intrigued by its delicious looking.
Chocolate cream, what you see right under the honeycomb was actually a crispy cookie. And I apologize that they kept saying, we're going to send you out the information. So we're going to get off of this and Kristen's going to go check her email and there will be the list of the desserts to describe them. So I will tell you that the little Capa logo on top was dark chocolate.
Ooh.
And we actually had to break it up and share it.
Okay, well,
So-
I can tell you at this moment, no, we have not received the email.
Okay.
that's
Now, if you find the Capa cake with the chocolate sauce,
yes.
this was just a beautiful presentation. They brought the plate out, everyone got their pictures, and then they proceeded to come out with hot chocolate sauce and pour it over the top of the ice cream and then the cake. So,
Wonderful.
yes. You can see lots of empty plates around because they did bring the desserts out in waves.
I love that
Looks so good.
presentation. It's always nice
yeah.
when you can do any type of tableside magic
Yes.
presentation.
And I think maybe they poured the chocolate sauce only on the one and this one they didn't. But I remember it going over the cake at one point.
Nice.
So yeah, it was, I mean, if it's chocolate, I'm good.
Yeah, that's good.
Me too.
I did feel like the one picture where you have the glow in the back, I just felt like, the angels were singing as they poured the chocolate sauce. Exactly. It was so much, so many different flavors, so many different emotions, so many different ingredients. You're going in so many different directions. I know I said so many a lot, but it was really just a fantastic experience, an amazing meal.
The one where
I believe the coconut. Yes.
yes,
The coconut with fruit. Yes.
It's beautiful, but it looks like it looks so delicious.
Oh, yes.
With the fruit and the chocolate and oh yeah.
Next level, y'all. Next level.
The only complaint we had last night was the plates that they brought us to put our food on were not big enough.
Yeah.
Even the dessert plates, we're each trying to get a bite of everything and it's not fitting.
Yeah. You need bigger plates.
Well,
yes.
I think
you hear that, Capa? Bigger plates.
You also don't want your food to all run together. You want to be able to distinguish those different tastes as you're trying them.
And I think too, they tried to make the plating somewhat the same for photos and such. Yes,
that's not what
we're talking about. The plates that we were eating off of.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Like you can see them back here, the little white plates.
They're too tiny.
They look like serving sauces.
Exactly.
Sid, there's a quick video of a wine pour. Was there like a demonstration or something that?
Who doesn't want to see a beautiful wine pour?
Oh well, let's see it then. For heaven's sake.
And actually, I think this was.
Hey, I know.
That's Dana.
Dana.
That was the other reason. So I told him I was going to try to get a picture, and the person sitting next to me decided to record a video and then texted it to me while we were sitting there. So we had to share it. Yes. So thank you, Christina.
Nicely done. Wow, what an amazing sampler. I mean, this is why I love media events, specifically at the Four Seasons, because they know how to throw a party.
Absolutely.
Definitely know, just the best. I mean, they have so many great, talented chefs, obviously the head chef, but definitely everyone, takes so much time and care. And when you're going to splurge, this is how you go big and you feel just every bit of the service and the food.
I will tell you that, you had said early on that there's kind of competition that kind of goes on when you go to these media events.
Sometimes.
Yes. But I will tell you, you don't see that, I think, with the non-Disney owned media events. So like Four Seasons and Walt Story and that kind of stuff, because you have more than just Disney food bloggers. You have all kinds of food bloggers coming
Disney
in.
Yes. Disney bloggers can, they're real foodie bloggers,
most of these people were, they have a lot of Disney, but they do so much else. There's a lot of Orlando bloggers. And one woman who I cannot remember the site she works for, I feel horrible. Her husband was there with us. And so he and I had a couple of lovely conversations just about, him coming to these things with his wife and the food and just the whole atmosphere and the fact that he looked like Robert Redford.
Amazing.
I have made some great, like, I wouldn't say close friends, but great friends, like great connections with people by going to some of these events of just Orlando food bloggers.
I have,
and some of them have even moved. Some of them have even moved away and are like Julius is in Atlanta now.
I love
and
Julius.
So,
it's so good.
I mean, I've met so many amazing people by going to these things, and I love it because it really is all about everybody being there,
community,
and sharing their love of and passion of food.
Well, we met through media events and Disney blogging and things like that. Yes, so that's how that's how we met. And now, you know, I sleep in your guest room and bring my dog to your house.
That is true.
Casa, or casa su casa, whatever you say.
Well, look, if it wasn't for all this, we wouldn't have met Kat.
And you know, it's true. That's true. I mean, it's great that we can, you know, share in this community of great foodies and of course also Disney fans. But in this case, thank you to the crew over there at the Four Seasons and Capa and the chefs and all the social people that invited us to this event, and definitely Sid for you covering it for us, because this looks absolutely amazing. One of my favorite places to eat there on Disney. So,
Kristen, am I allowed to show a picture of your son?
Yes.
So I can never tell where his camera is. So
You just
this
can't say
is
his name.
this is their son after we'd worn him out in the pool all day, curled up on the floor with my dog and my other dog. And he just wanted a nap. And so, yes, this is our family.
It's Jack and Milo.
Babies. It's your littlest and my littlest.
Precious sweet babies.
That's right.
He is so, it is funny. He is so sweet when he sleeps. He's just, you
got that too, didn't you? He's so sweet when he's unconscious.
No, he has this like just this. I don't know how to explain it. Never mind.
Anyway.
Oh.
Okay.
He can look so serious. He can look so intense. And then he falls asleep and he just gets this angelic glow. Is that what we're going for?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I got you, girl. I got your back.
Hey, before we wrap things up, let me tell you about these travel deals, shall we? Because I totally forgot about that. I was so in there. But Kristen, you can tell people how they can save on their 4-day 4-park magic ticket.
Yes. Now through September 29th, you can get a 4-day 4-park magic ticket for $99 per day plus tax, of course. So in order to do this ticket, the way it works is you have one park, so no park hopping per day, but you have to do all 4 parks. So you can't do 2 days at Magic Kingdom. It's 1 day at each of the 4 parks. And this ticket is valid for admission now through September 29th. However, there are blackout dates that do include September 1st through the 4th. And the tickets do expire 7 days from first use.
It's good to know. Well, so if our listeners are interested in just taking up this plus maybe a resort stay there at Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Resort, Universal Studios, Orlando, or Hollywood, or what have you, Kristen.
Or they want to go on.
Or they want a cruise.
Yes.
Yes, like a Disney cruise, but even, you know,
Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival, Celebrity. Yeah, you name it, I do it.
Was it Norwegian that put out like the biggest ship? Was it?
No, Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean.
There's one that's even bigger now. Isn't there not? That just launched?
No, the biggest ship right now is Wonder of the Seas. Now, Royal Caribbean is about to launch next year. Or later this year, I think it is. I'm getting all my years confused at the moment.
Okay.
But they will be launching Icon of the Sea.
Icon of the Sea. Okay, that's Royal Caribbean. Okay. Well, anyway, how can people book their trip with you and take advantage of all these great deals and then your expert knowledge?
Theme parks and cruises at gmail.com is where they can contact me.
I love it. Awesome. Okay. Any final thoughts on your experience, Sid?
Go to Capa. Call them, make a reservation, go have a wonderful time. Don't rush through your meal. Just enjoy it. Go with a group. Everybody order something different and everybody share.
I like that.
Is that, thank you so much to Dana and the entire team, to Fabrizio, to everyone that was there. They did an amazing job taking such good care of us.
Love it.
So
I love it.
From the Gator Framework.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
You're having some
Make it sound
Wrong
cute.
version. Take us out. Take us out, Kristen.
Thanks so much for listening. What are you doing?
I'm dancing.
Sorry, I'm like,
You are
no,
like-
it's me scrolling through the script. I thought you hadn't changed it yet. So I was like scrolling the script to get it ready for you.
No.
Okay.
And you are going to give Sid's information.
Right.
See, Kat, they make us look good.
I just work here. I don't know.
Thanks so much.
Kat is the employee of the month of this show every time.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You are the reason we do this show, so please support us by sharing and giving those 5-star reviews. And speaking of support, if you enjoy what we do, consider becoming a supporter on a Spotify, or you can shop early. Amazon, Disney Store, Kingdom Stroller, and Garden Grocer. You can find them on diningatdisney.com or in the show notes below. Aljon,
Yes.
tell everyone where they can find us.
Yes. Find us on all the socials, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram. We're on there. You can also find us on every podcast platform. So please subscribe. Like I said, subscribe. Leave us those 5-star reviews. We do appreciate that. You can find me, Aljon Go, on Instagram. And our special guest, Park Hopper Sid, you can find her on the Mash and Ash podcast, as well as TikTok, Instagram. You guys are on YouTube as well. And
Yes.
Did anything else you want to add to plug?
No, if you like bourbon, you like cigars, you like kookiness, come follow us. Check us out. Mash and Ash. Mash for the bourbon, Ash for the cigars.
They also talk about diabetes. You can get diabetes.
Wait, don't you start bringing. Look, just because my cousins occasionally our cousins Don and Debbie Diabetes crash the show, just because you're going to talk about that.
Did you see that Instagram post I tagged you on this morning?
No, I didn't see it yet.
Diabetes.
No for Brimley? What am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. I was like, what's that guy's name?
Yeah, when he's not pitching Smuckers, he's talking about diabetes.
Yep.
Wait, Smuckers has sugar. That's not good.
No, it's not.
That's a little conflict of interest here.
I think it was that, and was it Boone's Farm? He was pitching.
Probably.
Oh, that was a few years before.
Oh, it was decades before. I'm dating myself.
Hey, don't make me that old.
Sorry.
I'm hiding my gray with this camera angle here. So there we go.
Anyway, thank you, Park Hopper. Don't forget also, you can check us out on Sorcerer Radio too. I know Kat's going to get into it, but the Sorcerer Radio Disney music all day long. And we're on every Mondays too. Every Monday, so you can hear Dining at Disney there, streaming on sorcererradio.sourcesounds.com. Kat?
You didn't even read what you were supposed to read.
Oh, shoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Married Life.
Yeah.
There we go. Go that way.
So anyway, you can also follow. She changed the script on me.
I told you
and
this.
I
Come
pulled
on.
a fast one. You can find
So
Kat.
reason my husband's in another room.
You can find Kat. That's me, right, in blue. You can find Kat at CAT_ASTROPHE on Instagram. And also check out her podcast, The Pictures, a bite-sized podcast about food, film. It's fun. Subscribe to it wherever podcasts are found. Also check me out, Aljon Go, on Instagram, as I said. You can also check out our other show with former Disney creative and world-renowned author Dave Bossert. This is called Podcast about pop culture, Disney, and so much more. And as far as Dining at Disney, check out diningatdisney.com, as well as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the social media sites. Subscribe wherever you find it. Okay, good. Kat.
Don't forget to join our What
did he read it right, Kristen? Is he allowed to move on? Okay, I'm just
full
checking.
marks. Full marks that time. Full marks. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Dining at Disney, and check out our friends, the Disney Dorks and the Sorcerer Radio Fun Zone. And as we said before, for all your Disney, Universal, and cruise travel, contact Kristen at themeparksandcruises@gmail.com. Her services are free. What are you waiting for? Until next time, I've been Kat. That's been Kristen, Aljon, and the lovely, as always, Park Hopper Sid. Bon appetit.
The information and opinions expressed in this podcast are for entertainment and informational purposes. All other trademarks mentioned are the property of their respective owners.
Cat, the boy